You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
9 o'clock.
Factual, insightful, and credible. It's Nationwide News Now at 9.
Good morning, I'm Andrew Cannon. Coming up in the news for this Sunday morning, December 29, 2024. Government set to improve cold storage facilities for agricultural produce. Health Ministry warns young persons that they should do early health screenings as incidents of non-communicable diseases are on the rise. Kingston programmer charged with fraudulent conversion. In news from the region, Police Commissioner in Trinidad and Tobago warns against misuse of imitation guns. On the international scene, South Korea plane crash kills 179 with 2 crew rescued. While in sport, Australia rally after Bumrah genius on riveting day. The details after this.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Cold storage for the country's agricultural produce is expected to be improved in 2025 as a state-of-the-art cold storage facility is set to be established in Kirkvine area, Manchester. Contracts for the project are scheduled to be signed next month. The announcement for the initiative was made recently at a press conference by Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green. He revealed that the cost of the project is $100 million and will be funded through a collaboration with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, and the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA. The aim of the cold storage facility is to reduce post-harvest losses, improve food security, and create better market opportunities for farmers. Additionally, the minister announced plans to refurbish the Coleyville facility, which will include the installation of renewable energy systems. Meanwhile, to further accelerate cold storage expansion, the government is actively pursuing public-private partnerships. Minister Green disclosed that discussions are underway with an entity aiming to establish 30 small modular cold storage facilities over the next few years, starting with 4 in 2025. The Health Ministry is warning young persons to do early screenings given the early onset of non-communicable diseases. Risk Factor Program Development Officer in the ministry, Dr. Kathleen Williams, said that people usually begin doing executive profiles at the age of 40, but argued that with a high incidence of the early onset of non-communicable diseases, her advice is for younger people to take proactive approach to knowing their health status. She was addressing the recent annual general meeting of the Jamaica Medical Foundation. Dr. Williams noted that there is a marked increase in the prevalence of non-communicable diseases among young people, and such diseases are the leading cause of death in the country. According to Dr. Williams, there is an increase in childhood obesity, hypertension, and inactivity among young people, as well as a prevalence of a diet of fast food, all of which contribute to non-communicable diseases. A Manchester taxi operator has been charged with wounding with intent. 39-year-old Gary Grant, otherwise called Big Brief of Strawn District, was charged following an incident in Christiana on Tuesday, December 24. Reports are about 10:30 p.m. Grant and another man had a dispute during which he used a ratchet knife to stab the man in the upper body. The police were summoned and the man was taken to the hospital where he was admitted for treatment. Grant was later accosted and charged. His court date is being finalized. And another taxi operator is facing possession of a prohibited weapon and assault at common law charges. 30-year-old Jerome Keith of Friendship District, Wakefield, Trelawney, was charged following an incident in the parish on Thursday, December 5. According to reports from the Falmouth Police, about 3:10 p.m., a man was walking along the main road when a motor vehicle drove up and stopped. Keith then exited the car with a firearm, approached the man and pointed the gun at him before threatening him. A tussle ensued between both men, after which Keith fled the scene. A report was later made to the police. Keith was positively identified during an identification parade on Wednesday, December 26. He was then arrested and subsequently charged following further investigations. His court date is being finalized. A Kingston programmer has been charged with fraudulent conversion. 50-year-old Mark Prestwich of Island Drive, Kingston 19, was charged following an incident on Thursday, August 8. According to reports from the St. Andrew Police, the complainant transferred $4,000 to Prestwich to purchase a vehicle on his behalf. The vehicle was reportedly not delivered, and the complainant requested a refund. When the request was not made, The police were notified and Prestwich was later arrested. Prestwich was charged following a question and answer session. He is set to appear in the Halfway Tree Parish Court on Monday, January 27, 2025. A 48-hour curfew remains in effect in sections of Brownstown, Dunkirk, Kingston 9, Kingston 16. The curfew, which began at 6 p.m. on Friday, December 27, will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, December 29. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows: north along an imaginary line from Banana Street to North Avenue, east along West Avenue from North Avenue to Windward Road, and south along Windward Road from West Avenue to Wild Street, and west along Wild Street from Windward Road to Banana Street. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. The news on from the region: Trinidad and Tobago's Police Commissioner Earl Harewood Christopher is warning against the misuse of gel blaster toy guns and imitation firearms. While gel blasters may be marketed as toys, the models that closely resemble real firearms are prohibited, the Commissioner said in a statement. The indiscriminate use of such devices, especially in public spaces or towards unsuspecting individuals, is dangerous and poses a threat to public safety, she declared. The top cop reminded the public that using any item, real or imitation, to threaten, intimidate or harm others is a criminal offence under the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. If sufficient evidence exists proving that individuals are engaged in such acts, they may face severe legal repercussions, including criminal charges, she warned. Commissioner Harewood Christopher said police officers have been alerted to the issue and are required to act decisively. She urged the public to exercise responsibility and restraint when handling items that mimic the appearance of a weapon. The police commissioner also called on parents and guardians to supervise minors and educate them on the risks of misusing such devices. On the international scene, a plane crash at Muan International Airport in South Korea has killed 179 people. 2 people, both flight crew members, have survived what could be the country's worst aviation accident. The Boeing 737-800 flight operated by airline Jeju Air had 181 people on board, including 6 flight staff, and was arriving from Bangkok to Thailand. A man whose nephew and 2 great-nephews were on the flight says, "I can't believe the entire family has disappeared. My heart aches so much." Footage from the scene shows the plane coming off the runway and crashing into a wall before bursting into flames. Every few minutes we hear wailing echo through the airport terminal where relatives of those killed have gathered, writes a BBC correspondent. And now to sport. Crucial lower order runs kept Australia in the ascendancy on a gripping 4th day of the 4th test against India in Melbourne. Batting with a first innings lead of 105, Australia scrapped to 228 for 9 at the close, having been 91 for 6 in the afternoon after another superb spell from the irresistible Bumrah, who took 4 for 56. He bowled debutant Sam Costance for 8 and took 3 more wickets in a middle order collapse that saw 4 wickets fall in 21 balls as India surged back into the contest. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at this hour. Cold storage for the country's agricultural produce expected to be improved in 2025. Health Ministry warns young persons that they should do early health screenings as incidents of non-communicable diseases are on the rise. Kingston programmer charged with fraudulent conversion. Remember, you can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at midday, but coming up next is Urban Paradise with Darren Ashton Smith.
That we should be together.
The true beauty of music is that it connects people. It carries a message. It speaks to you. It changes